Greetings and welcome to another Fantasy Game League update here at Weds Bank Games, where we're going to update you with our little competition that's totally friendly and nobody's been shit talking anybody before we started recording this particular video. Isn't that right, Keith? Hi, I'm Amy. That's Keith. That's Russell. And that's Moody. We all have teams, and everybody's been keeping up with it. And you keep messaging me about it and talking to me about it, and no one's forgotten about it. It's great. I don't even need to remind you that it's not a thing that's ongoing.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it was kind of hard when I got the message saying that you're going to kill me. So I was locked down out of nowhere. It's like, I'm going to kill you. What? You outbid me on something. Start talking about the board. It's like, this game comes out of like early access soon. 5 minutes earlier. I'll just bid on this. I'm on tenterhooks to see if I get murdered a second time.
I didn't actually murder you.
Well, no, you can't. We're in lockdown.
Well, no, that just makes it easier for me to potentially murder you, not harm.
He knows where you are.
I know where you are. At all times.
Most of the time.
You're either there or you're just at another place.
You're either there or you're at a job because you're a key worker, or you're going between your job and there.
The first thing in the morning. I'm not feeling safer.
It's not like there's a lot of routes to there and back again.
Keith's going to be sleeping with one eye open from now on.
Keith's,
my pillow time.
Keith's going to be nervous to schedule the next friendly debate for me. Is what that sounds like.
But that's to do, haven't we?
We do. But for now, we're going to talk about the Fantasy Gaming League. So we're just going to update you on the standings, on the games, talk about the games that have come out and the critical reception that they've got, any new games that we have bid on, Keith, and gotten in our teams, and what's going to be coming out, hopefully, between now and the next time we do this video. I say hopefully because the last time we recorded one of these videos, The Last of Us Part 2 was coming out. So these things happen. Anyway, let's go through the standings.
Stay strong, Moody. You're our only hope.
Let's go through the standings. In last place, it would help if I got them up on my laptop too. In last place with -7 points, we have CNC Forever, controlled by Russell. In third place with 28 points, making a stunning recovery from the last episode.
Yeah, I had quite a lot more minus points than Russell did.
We have... No, you didn't. Not even close. We have female vocalist Rockby, managed by Keith. In second place with 37 points, we have the Smaghead, managed by Mr. Moody. And in first place with 84 points, we have Sea of Thieves Was Good Actually, managed by me. So, how's everybody feeling about those standings? I already know because you keep telling me.
One game's come out.
Right.
Technically 2, but we might get around to that.
We'll get into explaining that one in a moment.
I mean, I've got one game which I know is on my list, which I know is coming out this year, and then the rest are just... I'm just looking at it like, oh no.
I know the feeling, Keith. I know the feeling.
Well, I've got one coming out this week where I'm hoping to catch a couple of get into the 40s, hopefully. I'll be very happy if I can get into the 40s by that, so.
Cool. All right. Let's see where the points came from, and we'll start with Russell being in last place. Yeah. I hope you realize I'm not trying to, I'm just stating a fact. I'm not trying to, burn the knife or anything. So you got 18 points for Final Fantasy VII Remake, which has an open critic average of 88, which was a good choice. It's a fucking great game. I'm playing it right now. Literally, right now. You talk for a bit.
Well, it got a critic of 88, 18 points, which has wiped out some of my minus of -25.
That's been oscillating a little bit, but backwards and forwards. But yeah, the reason you're on a minus overall total is because you counter-picked Half-Life Alyx,
and that turned out to be good, apparently. So yeah,
that turned out to be one of the most critically well-received games of the year so far, which scored you a nice -25.
Yeah, it should be a little bit higher.
on all the games reviewed, it's the second highest reviewed game. And I wouldn't have expected that, Russell.
Well, yeah, got to put your hedge your bets somewhere. But sadly, one of the games I did have, don't have it at the moment in my list, was Bannerlords, and that, funny enough, didn't come out. It went into early access.
It came out in early access.
Yeah.
I feel like we were bait and switched on that one because we had a conversation about it when we were on Discord a few days ago. Because the release date said March 31st, and we all thought it was coming out on March 31st. And then it came out on March 31st in early access, and the developer said it's not coming out for at least a year. So I used my general management powers to offer you, if you wanted, I would delete it from your list.
Yeah, so I got an extra space now in my list.
Yeah.
Yay.
That doesn't mean I'm going to do that for everybody who has games in their list that aren't coming out. I felt like that was a special exception, and also at the time Russell was on minus 25 points, and I felt a little bit bad for him.
Yeah. Critic 0. Points 0. Bannerlords.
I mean, it's not the worst performing game on your list, so.
Well, there's Half-Life Alyx, which scored me minus 25. I don't think there's anything.
I'd be shocked if you have anything that gets you that low again. So you've hit the worst of it.
I've hit the worst of it, sure. Yeah, it can only go up from here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I had a game which scored 59. That only got me a minus 11. So I don't know how low you would have to get a minus 25. It'd have to be like a score of 4 or something.
You just minus 25 from 70, so whatever that is. 45.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything on OpenCritic with an OpenCritic average of 45. But that body serves us nicely into talking about Keith's, where Keith's points came. Keith's in the positives. He was not when we did this. You already had minus something. Because the critic score sometimes changed between the episodes. It was a minus for Warcraft 3 Reforged, which is sitting on a 59, which get you minus 11 points. Since then, Ori and the Will of the Wisps came out and got you 20 points. Doom Eternal came out and got you 19 points. Yeah. I told you those were going to be good games for you.
I knew that they were going to be good. I love Ori so much, both of them. They help my children. I would have rated it higher than 90, but that's just my personal opinion. I can understand if you got stuck on the sandworm and just rage quit because Ori can be a hard game. Yeah, I'm not as big a fan of Doom Eternal because I've played all of the games on my list so far.
That are out.
Yeah. I haven't played Hades. I do own it. I'm waiting for it to come out of early access. I'm hoping it comes out of early access soon. I might get Gears Tactics.
And we'll save that for the next part of the segment. I just wanted to talk about the points that you got, though. It's fine, Keith. You just jumped the gun. I know you don't really do these podcasts anymore, so we've lost our natural rhythm. Speaking of natural rhythm, Moody, you have points. You have a lot of points.
Yes, I have 37 points overall. I got points, obviously, 20 points for Animal Crossing New Horizon, the one that has a critic rating of 90. I got Nier 2, whereas got me 16 points of an 86 critic rating. I got Dragon Ball Z Kakarot as abysmal 73, but it got me 3 points. And then I got Pokemon Mystery Dungeons Rescue Team. That's 68 has got me minus 2 points. So technically, if this was on a 70, I would be on 39 points instead. But no, it did not.
Yeah, that was like the first game that came out after the last time we did this. We did this update video. And yeah, it didn't do well, apparently. Go figure. I don't think I've ever seen a Pokemon game review in the lower end of the scale. I know it's like still the top half, but we all know how games critic scores works. Critic averages and whatnot. So, but it's like, yeah, that was a surprise. Neo 2 and Animal Crossing did the business for you, though.
Definitely, yeah. Well, I was hoping for another game that was coming out in May to do the business for me, but
Yeah, I mean,
don't
we
even
weren't
know if
supposed
that's
to
going
be
to do the business for me this year.
yeah, we weren't supposed to be doing this update until after another game that got delayed indefinitely was coming out. But because I
But I
was
have got a game
sweating
coming
about
out.
that one.
I have got a game coming out this week, which, like I said before we start recording, I'm hoping will knock us up knock me up a couple of more points. So we'll see.
Yeah. And then lastly, we've got Sea of Thieves was good, actually, which is still a factual statement. And Russell will back me up now because he plays it.
Recently, I have. Yeah,
I'm converting you all one at a time. It's like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but with Sea of Thieves.
So you're just at the end, just going.
Yeah. Y'all are next. I will not be denied. So I was already on 20 points from having Dreams scoring 90. Open critic average, and then I had a really good March where Half-Life Alyx came out and got me 25 points, and then Persona 5 Royal came out and got me 30 points, and then Resident Evil 3 came out and has got me 9 points. So I can't really be too mad at it, but it's like I said on that podcast where I was talking about what I thought about Resident Evil 3, where it's like I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed, like in the game and in the fact that it hasn't really done much for me. Fantasy Game League team.
Yeah, it's going down a little. Like I say,
It went down, yeah.
Landed on 81, I believe, when it first came out, and now
Yeah.
it's slowly creeping down. It's like the same as Pokemon for me. That was a fresh rating at the time. I think it was 70, and it's been slowly going down and down and down. So it is disappointing for Resident Evil 3 because, like I said, it was one of our most anticipated games this year, and like both of us on the podcast jumped really high for 90, at least minimum 90s, if not at least high 80s, and we were nowhere near.
Yeah, but it's got me positive points, so I can't really complain too much. I was more surprised when I opened up the thing and after Persona 5 came out and had a 95. Like, I know it's a really well received. I know the original was a really well received game, but I still wasn't expecting it to be a 95. The most critically acclaimed game of the year so far. Persona 5 Royal.
I mean, yeah, Persona 5, which is 90% of it, was like the game of the year for a lot of people.
It was game of the year for at least half of this podcast.
Yep.
It was one of the few times we agreed on something.
Yeah. Just on the idea that, people's scores keep creeping and changing, do you reckon the whole lockdown situation we're in is causing more reviews for games?
No, it happens from time to time. Like, they'll be fluctuating for a couple of weeks after the game comes out, because some of the top critics on OpenCritic might not necessarily put their reviews out straight away or very quickly, and some of them will have an impact on the overall score, because there's usually less reviewers on OpenCritic than there are on Metacritic. So the score is more open to shifting.
Right.
Don't worry, there isn't going to suddenly be a spurt of negative Warcraft 3 reviews that's going to tank your score again.
If you said to me at the beginning of when we first did this that Dreams would rate higher than Resident Evil 3, I would have called you mad.
To be honest, if you said to me, and I picked Dreams...
Yeah.
If you said to me that Dreams would rate higher than Resident Evil 3, Neo 2, Warcraft 3, Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, I'd have been like, nah, mate, give me some of those drugs you're smoking, because they sound really good.
No, we didn't mind.
And yet, here we are.
Yeah.
And good on Dreams, to be fair, because it is a really cool game, which I need to get back to. I haven't checked it out for a while. I'm building up a backlog of Dreams to look through. Anyway, everybody bid on some new games over the past few weeks.
Yeah.
I think we should talk about those now. And we'll go back to the beginning. Sea and Sea Forever. Aptly. An aptly named team. I thought about bidding on this game for the memes.
Yeah.
No, I was having it.
Which I told Keith, I was like, I thought about bidding on Command & Conquer Remastered Collection. Purely just because I thought it would be funny. You picked up that. You also picked up Minecraft Dungeons and Age of Empires 4.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Command Conquer, obvious choice for me. And it actually looks pretty decent. Actually, I've looked at a couple of videos regarding it online. can have a custom soundtrack and all sorts. So it looks pretty cool, and some new soundtracks in it too. So at least it won't be a negative number.
Yeah.
Be careful of remasters of classic strategy games.
Minecraft Dungeons was sort of like a safe bet for me. It was just like, well, everyone loves Minecraft, so surely that's going to be like a nice add-on, hopefully.
Yeah.
Age of Empires, people like playing it. So yeah, there's no logic to my pickings. It's just like, what can I get that's going to score me some high-end points as high as I could possibly, look forward to getting. Without any new games being announced.
Yeah, I mean, we're still waiting for the Summer of Gaming Bonanza.
Yeah.
I think when that comes, after that's done, I think we'll be seeing a lot of our points go. That we have saved up to spend.
I think we'll be having a lot of... Yeah, because I've specifically looked at games and thought, no, I'll hold off until the summer. Yeah, you'll see a lot of bids all of a sudden going in all at once. It'll be mayhem. And to coin a phrase that comes up on our podcast regularly these days, it'll be glorious.
So yeah, that was logic behind my pickings. Just no logic. Just pick the shiny things. Well, the Command & Conquer was a special case.
Command & Conquer, the logic was you've got to put your money where your mouth is on your team name, right?
Yeah, man.
That's fair enough. Female vocalist track. You picked up Humankind, which is the strategy game that was announced at Gamescom last year.
Quite bigger, kind of Civ-like, but you kind of make your own civilization by picking bits of different ones. Like, I want the monument building of, say, the Egyptians and the religious beliefs of the Greeks. And the military thing of Persia.
Who wants the monument building of the ancient Egyptians? All their buildings are crooked. You also picked up Gears Tactics.
Yeah.
And Hades.
Yes.
You beat me out on Gears Tactics, as you found out.
Yeah. Afterward, it's like, oh no.
Yeah, it was fine.
He got something off me as well. I was bidding on, I can't remember what. But...
actually, fun fact, I can actually go into the history of everything that happens in the league. And I saw someone, I think it was Moody beat you out. Keith beat you out on Elden Ring. Keith beat me out on Gears Tactics. Keith is the sniper. He comes for your games.
I'm not 100% sure Elden Ring's coming out this year anymore.
I mean, that is the thing. That is the elephant in the room, right? Of like, when we started this, there was no pandemic and there was no lockdown and everybody was working in studios. And now it's like, shit.
I still think Gods and Monsters might not come out until 2021 anyway, so... I think you've got at least two that are going to be struggling. Yeah,
this might have impacted our competition slightly, but hey ho.
As I said before, I've only got one game on this list which has got a guaranteed release date for this year, and I'm still fairly confident that Hades will meet its summer 2020 release because it's in early access now. But I'm looking at the other ones, and there's a real chance of a lot of these games just getting delayed for like a year or maybe even two. I keep looking at some of the lockdown information that comes out of America and stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, they're going to reopen a lot of stuff, like bowling alleys is something I've heard today, and hairdressers, even though the pandemic's not over. I just have this bad feeling that, especially in America and Britain, game companies are going to be like really hit, so they won't be releasing stuff for a long time because they're just going to have this lockdown go on and on and on.
It's hard to say. If they planned properly, they would have said, right, you take that computer home, you take that computer home. We're all working networkly now.
Well, Supergiant Games, who do Hades, Amy's watched the documentary on them, was telling us they're quite used to like working on like small team, working a lot from like, they've only just got a studio. They've only just moved to studios as opposed to like working in one person's garage.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like, not to turn this into the coronavirus podcast or anything, but as far as like you worrying about about the American lockdown situation as far as like your games developed goes. One of your games is being developed in Paris. One of your games is being developed in Canada. One of your games is being developed in Japan. One of your games is being developed in Ireland. So I think you'd be okay.
Oh,
just from
I believe
just from
Gods of Monsters is in Newcastle.
Gods of Monsters is in the main studio's
Reflections, I believe.
Quebec. Because it's the team that made
Reflections, my apologies.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey. But Reflections helps out on all the games anyway. So yeah, it's just around the corner.
Literally for me when I was up there. Kate said.
So I think you'll be all right in that regard. There's a whole thing we're going to talk about actually on next week's podcast about development times for games and stuff, because Jason Schreier did a Jason Schreier again and released a New York Times article.
God, we love that man.
Delayed a load of games there, but yeah.
I mean, he delayed all the video games before I left Kotaku anyway, so it doesn't matter. Moody, you only picked out one game between the last episode and this episode. Although I noticed you tried to pick up more than one. Which was Bravely Default 2.
Yes. No,
played
didn't
the
I do
demo.
Trials of Mana at the same time?
No. You did Trials and Pokemon, and Bravely Default turned up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bravely Default 2, more because strategy was, it's a Nintendo exclusive. And I believe the last one did very well, reviewed very well, and that's basically what it was.
Moody actually, he does this on the podcast when we're guessing Open Critic scores. He does research into games, so it'll be like, let's guess the Open Critic score of Resident Evil 3, for example, and Moody will be on Open Critic, on Metacritic. He'll be looking at the entire history of Resident Evil, and that's probably why he's winning that particular competition. But I played the demo of Bravely Default 2. It's available on Switch. It's really hard, but it's really good. And yeah, you're right. The first one was really well received. Not Bravely Second, but that was like a spin-off. And they've even come out and said like, yeah, with like they've done the thing of like admitting the mistakes that they made on Bravely Second. So
Yeah. And like I'm hoping for a couple of points for this week from Trials of Mana. Basically, kind of like the same type of thing. I know it's not a full exclusive, isn't it? I believe it's on PlayStation. Or am I wrong?
PS4, it's on Switch.
Yeah, so yeah. And I think people will always want to do it more on the handheld than more than anything.
Yeah, probably. I know I am. I don't think I can play 2 JRPGs back to back on. Actually, thinking about it, I'm getting a JRPG on PS4 and another JRPG on PS4. Oh, never mind. I'm going to spend a lot of time playing JRPGs.
I hope you click with them.
Next time we see it in person, he's just gone kawaii, like it's got all the filters on our Snapchat.
I mean, so far so good. That's all I can say. But I feel like I've probably peaked with Final Fantasy VII. Like, it's all downhill from here.
But yes, I did try and I tried to take a swing at another game that you won.
I did. I had a feeling someone else was going to try and bid for XCOM Chimera Squad. So I paid $11 for it. Not 10.
Oh yeah, I did a low bid.
You did a low
thinking,
bid.
I'm just going to do a cheeky low bid here. I want us to see. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. I'm happy to take my time, wait, see what the summer of gaming comes out and looks like, and then just go use the rest of them, because I'm the one who's still got the most money left on it. So.
You are. As a side note, completely coincidentally, that using that $11 gave me a budget of $69. Which I only realised this morning.
She's like, I'm not going to spend any more.
I'm not spending anything more. That's perfect. But yeah, XCOM Chimera Squad was only announced last week. I'd bid on it. I bid on it. You bid on it. I obviously beat you to get it put into my squad. Like honestly, like if it wasn't for that, I was perfectly fine not bidding on anything until after the summer. But that's kind of what happens when you've got a lead. It's like I'm in danger. I'd be more in danger of fucking myself over with bad bids. But it is hard sometimes to just look at the list of games that still are probably coming out in 2020 and not being like, well, I'll just bid on that. And it's like, no, don't do that, you idiot. just wait. They'll announce Horizon Zero Dawn 2 and Batman and all these other things. And then we can just bid on those. Maybe they'll even announce a third Persona 5 game so I can add another one to my team.
I'll fight you for that one, I'll tell you that.
Just Persona 5 dancing all night or whatever, and it's just like, yeah. I'll take that. I'll have all the Personas. Okay, so I'm going to switch back over to the other view with the upcoming games. So the next time we'll probably do this will probably be the end of June / beginning of July.
Yep.
After the summer of gaming, whatever that looks like, because we know there's some stuff's happening. So we should have fuller squads, and we should have a lot more games to talk about, like that we know are coming out. Maybe some release dates on some of the games that we've already got in our teams, because as Keith pointed out, only one of his games has a confirmed release date. Only 2 of mine have a confirmed release date.
I believe only one of mine has, apart from... No, I've only...
3 of yours, Ross.
3 of mine.
2 of yours.
Halo Infinity, that we believe is launched.
Whenever. It's whenever the console launches.
Yeah.
But,
and then obviously Trials of Mana and Bravely Default. Those are the ones for me, innit?
No, Avengers, not Bravely Default.
Oh, yeah, Avengers.
You forget you've got Avengers, yeah.
I keep forgetting I had that one.
Don't worry, we'll go through all the teams in a minute. So the upcoming games list between this video and the next one that we do looks like this. I'll look at it in front of me instead of my left. On April 24th, XCOM Chimera Squad comes out, which is in my team. And Trials of Mana comes out, which is in the Smegheads team. On April 28th, Gears Tactics comes out for female vocalists rock. And then it's basically just a straight shot of Ross trying to bring back some of his points. He's got 3 games coming out in a row, hopefully. On the 26th of May, Minecraft Dungeons. On the 5th of June, Command & Conquer Remastered Collection. And then on the 26th of June, Ghost of Tsushima. Excellent.
Get my fingers crossed.
I mean, it's not in my team, but even I've got my fingers crossed for that last one. Like, come on, you could do it. So, you want to go? Let's go through all of our team squads, full list, just so everybody to wrap up this episode. The Smeghead's at the top so we'll start with the Smeghead. Moody, what have you got?
I have The Last of Us Part 2, Halo Infinite, Animal Crossing New Horizons, Neo 2, Dying Light 2, Marvel's Avengers, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, Assassin's Creed 2020, Trials of Mana, Pokemon Mystery Dungeons, Rescue Team DX, and Bravely Default 2.
Nice. CNC Forever.
We've got Kerbal Space Program 2, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Tunic, Battletoads, Oddworld, Soulstorm, Destroy All Humans, Lego Star Wars, The Skywalker Saga, Minecraft Dungeons, Command & Conquer Remastered Collection. I will be buying that. In Age of Empires 4.
I look forward to your hands-on impressions the next time we do this. Female vocalists rock.
First 3, the ones that have come out yet. Doom Eternal, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Warcraft 3 Reforged, Watchdog Legion, Dark Pictures Anthology, Little Hope, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, really hoping for that just for Amy, really. Empire of Sin, Gods and Monsters, Elden Ring, Humankind, Gears Tactics, and Hades.
Cool.
Hades.
And then Sea of Thieves, it was good actually, which is me. I have Cyberpunk 2077, Resident Evil 3, The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild 2, Hollow Knight, Silksong, Persona 5 Royal, Spiritfarer, Dreams, Half-Life Alyx, Persona 5 Scramble, The Phantom Strikers, Yakuza Like a Dragon, and XCOM Chimera Squad. I feel good about that list of games. Like, if I was looking at a list of games for, like, Game of the Year and that was the list, I'd be like, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool list of games. I can live with that. Just someone make it interesting for me. Can you just... I'm like, could somebody just catch me? Like, even just a little bit. That'd be nice.
As I've said, Moody, you're our only hope.
Half of my games are not.
2 of his games have been delayed indefinitely.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's your only hope, to be perfectly
I'm 9
frank.
points behind you, and as we've discovered, I've only got one game which is confirmed for the rest of this year, and one which I think is going to come out no matter what. So I don't know how well that's going to go.
Alright.
For me.
It's alright. I'll just pick something cheesy after summertime to bid on, and with my meager $40.
Yeah, Russell just like waits until the end, and then Sony in like November just suddenly announces like, oh yeah, name's gone from my mind, but I've got a copy of it somewhere. Horizon Zero Dawn 2 is coming out, and Russell's just like throwing $40 on it and just blows everyone away.
Seriously, if that actually does happen, that just gets announced, I think all of us will be jumping on 9 to try and bid on that instantly.
I think that the
40 points on it scores a 99.
I think the update video after that announcement wouldn't be us sitting here talking about this. It would be us in a field with katana swords, fighting over who gets Horizon Zero Dawn 2. Throwing dollar bills on the ground. It just
So
mine won't be a katana. Mine will be my lightsaber.
I was gonna go for Nagashi, like the like 4 foot long anti-cavalry sword, which is shaped like a katana, just so I've got more reach.
So I'll bring a bag for 4 cats in it. It's cool.
We'll win because we wouldn't want to hurt the cat.
Well, you heard it here first. The battle lines have been drawn. Look forward to that video in the future. Like I said before, we'll be back with another update video, probably around about the end of June, beginning of July, when hopefully we're all allowed back outside again. Until then, keep watching all of the cool videos that appear on this YouTube channel.
Bye.